Although the book starts by looking at the story of Princess Margaret and Peter Townsend, to think about the relationship between love and duty in the 1950s, the rest of the book is really interested in the lives of so-called ordinary people, in everyday love, the ways in which ordinary people lived their lives, lived their love lives, and contracted relationships with other people. Of course, getting at the experiences and particularly the feelings of ordinary people necessitates finding sources that allow you to get at intimacy. And one of the major sources that I use for that is the Mass Observation Archive. Mass Observation was established in 1937 by three left-leaning intellectual types who wanted to find out about Britain, to write an anthropology of ourselves. And in the course of their research, they uncovered the sexual activities of holidaymakers in Blackpool. They asked individuals to write diaries for them on a monthly basis, all the way through the war. And they also asked people to respond to a monthly set of questions that they called a directive. A lot of the questions that they asked their panel of volunteer writers were questions about feelings. How do you feel about blind people, they asked, or how do you feel about, what's your feelings about capital punishment? And they also asked people how they felt about sex, marriage and love. Mass observation is a great source for looking at people's love lives in the mid-20th century, but it's not the only source material that I use in the book. I'm also interested in how people relate to the cultural stories, the cultural scripts that are available to them. What do people do with the films that they watch at the cinema? What do they do with the novels that they read and the magazines that they consume? How do they judge the veracity of the emotional advice that they're offered in things like magazine problem pages? What do they do if the advice that they're offered contradicts their own experiences? How do they mediate between these two things? Ultimately, I think that this book is really about the messiness of emotional lives and the complex ways in which ordinary people try to make the best of their lives through whatever means they can,